What's up, guys? Welcome back to JodabeniTV. Today is another amazing day to get after it, and we're gonna be better today than we were yesterday. And today is day 2 of the Toros trial. So yesterday was the very first day of the Toros Open trials. It actually went really well. The team that I had was pretty good, and we ended up beating the opposing team 6-3. And the first half, they scored 2 goals in the first keeper, and then on the second half, there was 1 chip goal that they scored on us, and then we scored 6 goals all throughout the game. So today is the next day. My body feels pretty good. And the very first thing, you know, before going on the second day of trial, I gotta make sure I foam roll out everything. Even though you may feel like slight sores some places, just be sure to roll it out and take care of it, because you don't wanna make it worse, especially if they call you back to go train for the next day. You don't wanna have 2 days of trials and then they invite you for training and you can't even perform well because your body's in pain. So this is why it's very important to be in shape before trials, and so that whenever you do the whole trial thing, you know, when you have more endurance, more stamina, your touch is better, you get tired less quickly, and it helps out all in all. This is a t-shirt that we've been wearing. It says Toros, 4 counties, family. And this is pretty much where the Toros is at, which is in Mcallen, Texas. And this is the RGV, the Rio Grande Valley. And the Toros pretty much represents the valley, and you know, when the Toros is playing good, the valley gets a great reputation, and that's the goal, to join the Toros and help out with the valley. Now, for breakfast today, let me show you guys what I'm gonna be eating. I'll be eating the same thing like I said yesterday. It's gonna be oatmeal. Let me show you guys real quick. This is the bad boy that I'm gonna be eating today. I got my porridge with berries and strawberry. I don't know if you can really tell what type of berries that is anyways. And now on the left side, I've been watching a lot of motivational videos. If you're curious of what motivational videos I watch, just go to my YouTube and you'll see it'll say one motivation. And that's pretty much all the videos that I watch that helps me stay motivated. So now pretty much I'm just gonna eat, and then I'm gonna foam roll. Once I finish foam rolling, I'm gonna go work on my school assignments and try to finish as much as possible, and then I'm gonna head to the trials, because later after trials I actually have to go to work. So it's a very busy day for me, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do until you become successful. All right, let's get this day started. So now, before I do my foam rolling with my PVC pipe, what I really like to do is I like activating my glutes and my calves, and the way I like doing that is by using some bands, which is something I would recommend. Let me grab it real quick. So you can get these at like Walmart for maybe $7, $6, and they come in 3s. There's a really stretchy one, the medium, and then the really tight one. And I like using the really tight one because the tighter it is, the more activating it does. So the first thing we're gonna do, put it on. And once you finish that, you can just go ahead and start rolling on the floor, and then you're ready for the next session. William with me today. He's gonna be recording on his video too. So it's gonna be nice, you know? It's always nice whenever you go to trials and you have support. People supporting you when you're there also. And you know, your family always, it's always good.
In the same way I'm gonna be here for his trial, he's gonna be next
100%
week for my senior night. So
and then whenever we go to the MLS draft together, I'm gonna be one of the 2 picks he chooses. Right?
Okay.
So this is day 2 of the Toros trials, and as everybody knows, you know, we had all the coaches there. That is Gerson, the old head coach from the Toros, and then before, you know, the coaches allowed everybody to, you know, get a proper warm-up in so you don't get any injuries. And, you know, they separated the groups. Sometimes the goalkeepers will go do their things and other players will do what they need to get ready. So this time I was still on the same red team as before, but they did switch out some of our forwards. We did get the big defender that I was, the big attacker that I was defending from. The previous white team, as you can see there on the left, this guy, he was the one who I was defending on day 1 the whole time. And on day 2, they actually put him on my team as one of the forwards. So day 2 was pretty intense. You know, we had quality players. So our 2 teams were both teams that won on the previous day. And we pretty much just played to the best of our abilities. And at the same time, the other players on the other teams were playing too. So unfortunately, most of the match for day 2 wasn't filmed. The other team's match were filmed. So here's some footage of the other team playing during the day 2 of the Toros trial. And here at the end of everything, the coach is just wrapping things up, and the first president was actually there. He's there standing there with the white hat. All right, guys, so the trial just ended, and I wanted to get some other players that were playing with me on my team to just get their input. And introduce yourselves.
I'm Kevin Arrow from Houston.
I'm Gilberto from El Paso.
Mcallen from Houston, Texas.
He plays with Houston FC, so if Bruce is watching this, you know, your man's over here all the way in the valley. So is there anything, advice you guys would give those who would want to come to any trial?
Just be fit, honestly.
Yeah, stay prepared. Stay prepared.
Take advantage of the opportunity you have. You know what I mean? It's not always going to be given. When you come, be prepared.
Give your all and just leave it all on the field. I mean, like, there may be things that, like, you overthink, but do what you can. Play your best in your own position, and, you know, I think everything will work out.
Most important thing is trust God.
Trust God. That's
God.
faith. That's all it is, you know? Even if they don't sign you, everything happens for a reason.
Trust your timing too, bro.
Exactly. Toros can say no, and maybe 4 months from now, you go try at Houston Dynamo and they take you, and you're like, okay, now I know why God didn't let me get signed over there. And it all happens for a reason.
Real talk.
So if you guys do get signed, are y'all gonna do anything special?
No, it's only the beginning, so you just got to keep your head straight and keep grinding.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Because this is not the destination, you know what I mean? It's just a stepping stone to something else. That's the plan.
So the trials finally came to a finish, and the reason why this video probably took a few days to come out after the first one was because I wanted a definite answer, and I wanted to give you guys a quality video of what exactly happened after the trials. So after the trials, they pretty much had everybody in a group just telling us that in a few days or so, they're gonna send out emails regarding those who they want to bring back. So I decided to, you know, give it a wait and see if they would call me back and pretty much be ready and get suited for April 1st is the official day they start preseason. So I didn't get an email. So I had reached out and I ended up getting in contact with the coach, and the coach that was there, you know, the one I spoke to, he was there also last year. So he's seen me play against the Toros in the previous years. And pretty much I asked from that trial what he saw, what could I do, you know, that was maybe a limiter to what they were seeing. And he had told me that, you know, as I was going up against one of the biggest defenders out there, I mean, biggest attackers out there, he said I did really well, pretty much shutting him down, looked really good on my end. So he said defensively, my defensive skills were pretty much good enough. And offensively was pretty much where the issue was. He said I could complete all the passes under 25 yards, but is there a way I could make better diagonal balls? If I could be switching it to the other left back more often, or whenever, you know, we're switching and moving the ball really quickly to my side, can I ping the diagonal balls across the field to the left winger, or I can find the number 9 more often. So those were the, you know, the biggest things he said that would really place me at the top of the selection process if I can now add more of the attacking portion to it. And I'm glad he said that, because he didn't say things like where I needed to work on my touch or basic things that most people struggle trying to move from, you know, it's high school to college or college to professional. I know first touch was a big thing that my college coach had told me to focus on, and me and my friend Willie Mcallen, we used to always focus on it. And even I noticed that I didn't make any mistakes regarding my first touch and passing in the short term. But now I know that I have to be able to, you know, start the attack from the center back position. So I have to, you know, go out there whenever I go train, focus more on switching the ball into long balls, because I have to work on that finesse and trying to find the number 9 more. But going to this trial, I knew I had to play to my strengths. And I knew I don't do a lot of diagonal balls, because a lot of the ways we played in my college team at RGV was building out of the back. So that's what I spent 2 years working on most of the time. I rarely did long balls. So it wasn't something that I was, you know, always on top of my head, hit the long ball, because that wasn't the type of team we were playing against. But now I know Toros like a center back who can make the switch more often. So that's something I'm gonna be putting a lot of emphasis into going forward. So would I recommend an open trial with the RGV Toros or another team? For RGV Toros, I would highly recommend it, because all the faculty and stuff were right there. So there was no way that you would go to that trial and actually, like, you know, not be seen, especially if you're a standout top player. And on top of it, it really felt and it seemed like they were really watching the players. And the fact that I could speak to the coach and he recognized my skill sets here and there, that means they were actually watching, you know, paying attention to certain players. Because with the roster that currently had, I'm 100% sure that they were looking for players. And even at the end of the trial, whenever they had us huddled, the coach came and told us that, you know, he could select 1 player, he could select up to 5 players if he really wants to. So that's just showing you the opportunity was there. I mean, it probably still is there. And anybody who went had the opportunity to be one of the 1 or up to 5 players if the coach decided to take all of them. So at the end of everything, you know, I just let the coach know I'm 5 minutes away. So who knows if they change their mind or if they're still looking. I just let them know I'm 5 minutes away. I'm right next to the university. And my university is literally 10 minutes from the Toros training field. And I know because of COVID and stuff, you know, professional players have to get tested here and there. And you know, both of my roommates actually are on the RGV soccer team, so they're just my old teammates. And they get tested regularly every week. So I made sure to let them know that just in case anything happens and they need a player, because some teams throughout, like last year, some teams throughout the season, they couldn't play because a lot of players tested positive. So they were running out of players, and you never know when an opportunity would present itself to you. And you know, you just gotta stay fit and healthy, because when God presents you that chance, you know, you wanna be ready for it and take advantage of it. So that's pretty much the rundown of the trials. I remember on the day 2, I had actually, somebody actually had drop kicked me, and my thigh, like I had a really bad Charlie horse. I pretty much had to go out the second half of day 2, and pretty much I just watched the whole second half finish off. I was freezing, but I really hope that didn't influence any decision on their part. But you know, now I'm just working my way, making sure I'm staying top, fit, healthy, because you know, when opportunities present itself, you just gotta be ready. I don't know if they're still looking at the selection process, because the roster is still pretty open. So I don't know if they sign more players. How is it going to go? If they need more players, who have they written down from the trials that they can call back? We don't know. Preseason starts April 1st, and I'm believing if they still need players, by then they're gonna come back and look at us and see, okay, out of the people who came to the trial, who can we bring back, who can we select? And I'm praying maybe I could be one of them. If not, you know, as we continue going on, we just trust in the Most High, and we'll go on after the next journey. So tell me what you guys think, and if you're gonna be trialing for a team, what team are you going to be trialing out for? Put it in the comment section down below. Maybe you're running into somebody who's gonna be in the comment section also, who's gonna be attending the same trials. So let us know what trials you think would be most beneficial to you or others. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. JodabeniTV is out.